Yo, 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 yo. What is up with y'all, man? Obama, what are you doing here, man? Nearly 13th of November. Yo, we need to start streaming more often, eh? I've been kind of slacking. Bro, the content has been taking up all my time. I ain't gonna lie, man. I don't know, I need to plan better, I suppose. How are y'all doing, man? It's been a while. Been a while since we streamed. Been a while since we got on live. Type shit. Base cool, what you doing, man? Oh, I was just recording some survival mode. Haha. Another banger episode. I actually recorded 2 episodes. I guess I'll give more teasers when mans come. 10:20 a.m. 10:20 in the morning? Early? Yo, that's mad early, bro. So your day barely started. Aphelion, what's up, man? Oh, PM? Okay, I was about to say. Time zones would have been crazy. It's gonna be like a little bedtime discussion story. False, I do fun combos and I feel good about myself. Wookie Choi, welcome. I'm glad you bring that up, bro. I'm gonna wait until a couple more of the guys show up because I want it to be an interactive live discussion. Combos are overrated, that's why I dropped half of them, says Aphelion. Don't even start with the drops, bro. Oh my god, drops hurt my soul. We'll probably wait. I don't know, maybe demand them. Also, I was thinking if these live discussions do kind of good, I could make it so the voice chat in my Discord, we could use that to actually discuss live with the peeps. I feel like that would be a fire idea as well. But I guess we can get started now. Alright, so combos are overrated. What inspired this? Honestly, the 1.40 patch. Who needs combos when you can raw super insane? What's up, Marcus? Welcome. Hey, the homies are here. You need combos with journey. Oh, Quill is actually gonna be soon on the channel because it'll come soon. But anyways, so combos are overrated. What inspired this topic is when the 1.40 patch came out. I think that was the patch since 1.33 that fighters got the most trendy, I guess, got the most recognition. I don't know the right word for it, not viral, but you guys know what I'm talking about. And honestly, it brought a lot of casuals in, right? And all the casuals are like, yo, everyone shits damage, it does crazy damage, blah, 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 TODs. And that's what sparked the discussion with Sparking Zero. I don't know if you guys know about it, but it was like, oh, Sparking Zero is more interactive than DBFZ. Sparking Zero is more competitive. Some people were saying that. And it's kind of funny, but why do casuals kind of think that way, right? So that's what inspired this topic, and we will talk about it. So yeah, 1.33, I think 1.33, I don't know if that's when UI Goku came out, but the patch where UI Goku came out, that was the one that I think was the most hyped, right? Everyone came, because after UI Goku, there was still news for like Gogeta, Lab Coats, and bro, UI Goku, who doesn't like UI Goku? Although he was very broken. Personally, I don't believe you need more than BNBs and maybe a practical TOD. I like that you say that. Spark the discussion. Hey, you already know the vibes. So, I do have a couple points before we get more interactive with it, but how is the sound? I did fix some OBS sound settings. I think it should be better. I was recording some survival mode, and the sound sounds amazing, movie. But the thing about combos, my first point, what's up, crew? I hope y'all been doing well. The first thing is that combos is kind of a solo game in it of itself, right? So you have combo challenges. I actually saw someone else come to the game and actually upload a bunch of combo challenges, which was kind of funny because it appeared in my timeline, my not for you page, but my home page. It was kind of funny. But you know, every character has different structures. Goku Black using his 5S2H. Zamasu doesn't have J2H. That one's a knockdown. So everyone having like different things on their combos, right? Goku having insane combos now. It is a game of itself, and what it works on is one skill that people think is the only skill you need in fighting games, and that's execution. So obviously, if we turn on our display history, you can see like, oh, you have to time certain moves, you have to press the right buttons at the right time, and that builds satisfaction for a lot of people because as soon as you hit the button, you see something happening, right? You see something happening, you know, like, oh, this, if you put damage info on, this does like what is this gonna be, 4K? This does 3.7K damage. Oh, let me try to beat that. So it makes a game in of itself, and then you figure out, oh, if I add like a double jump, if I add key blast, like this is starting like from the basics, and then eventually you start moving up to like optimals and stuff like that. But the execution is only one skill, and I think that's the easiest skill, and that's actually the first. Oh, there's my mouse. And that's actually the first skill that you have to develop, because without execution, you can't do IEDs, you can't do movement, you can't do block strings, you can't do defense. What else? Let me think. You can't do a lot that this game has to provide that casuals aren't aware of. And the thing about combos in itself, I wouldn't say I dislike combos. It's kind of ironic that we're talking about combos, because you know, my whole channel has a bunch of combos, and it started being more about combos, but my channel kind of got its spark. I keep saying spark. Why do I keep saying spark? My channel got its spark, is actually a good word for it, because of neutral and pressure guys, right? That's where I started off at. But then I seen the community, you know, less and less creators were talking about combos, especially optimal combos, so I had to come in. But the thing is that that's only step one. And combos aren't made equally. So you have BMBs, but even this combo, like this Goku Black combo, you'd be like, oh, this is saucy, right? Boom, boom. But the whole thing is auto time. Like, this is such an easy combo that is like, bro, that's not even hard. And you get huge damage, 6K, all of it just something auto time. Ads started playing. I tried to make the ads start early, so they focus too much on learning combos exactly. And wait, let me finish my tangent about combos not being made the same. So that one is like 6K auto timed. But then, for example, say I'm base crew, right? He's gonna do less damage. But this rejump, as you can see, I'm already dropping it. So let's see how many tries I can get to get this rejump. Boom, boom, boom. See, you have to delay the super dash. And then it's nice because once you get tips on a character, it's like you see the visuals. Oh, here I got it, right? So here I got the rejumps. And then right when you get the combo, you see it. You get that, I don't know the right word for it in psychology, but you get that reward system gets triggered right away. Like that dopamine spike that they be talking about, that gets triggered right away. And I think having a place for optimals, practical optimals, and sauce are 3 different combo routes. You can also have your synergistic things like tagging in. You can also have TODs that we'll talk about later. But combos aren't made the same. And the thing is, out of all of these combos I'm talking about, the casuals, they always focus on 2 things. They always focus on the sauce aspect, and they always focus on the TODs aspect. Now, the thing about sauce, right? Say, for example, this SSJQ sauce. This one is sauce. Oh my god. I was about to say so it's supposed to be mad easy. This one is sauce, but it's an auto time sauce that I'm not getting. Let's see how many tries actually to drive the point. There we go. So 3 tries after first time doing that combo. That one is sauce, and everyone's like, oh my god, that's crazy. But it's actually more optimal to do dash up auto combo. Let's see how many tries does this one take me. The optimal one takes me 2 tries. So this combo actually does a lot more damage. I try to have enemy info on so you guys can see it. But the sauce one does less damage. And then casuals will see the sauce one and be like, yo, this player is so much nicer than the other player, because the other player just did the auto combo one, whereas the first player did the rejump key blast one. Like, oh, but they don't understand that there's the optimal aspect of the game as well. Not just for meter, right? But also, sorry, not just for damage, but also for meter management. Because at a low level, we always see people doing, whatchamacallit, we always see people doing level 1s to end off their combos, or we always see people doing like vanish. Like, there's a funny joke in my Discord server about Nidan, because one of his old guides used to be about vanishes, used to be about EX moves, but then now he started talking about optimals. That's the first thing that I want to discuss, is that difference between optimals and sauce is something that the casuals don't really understand. And the thing is, I kind of treat mix-ups as the same. So mix-ups, say for example, I have them on block. Sorry, I'm not reading chat right now. I'm just going to get through these points real quick. So mix-ups, you know, I can do that one. I can do behind them. But it's the same thing. It's just execution. There is no interaction as well. Yeah, this is North America actually. But I do have pretty good connection with people overseas as well. So yeah, this is just inputting. There's no interaction at all. I just decide, oh, I'll do low. Maybe I'll do a high. It doesn't really matter. Yo, Polo, thank you for the sub, my boy. So in my books, I treat 50-50s and mix-ups as the same.
Let me force this fella to read chat.
Oh, was there a message? Oh, I didn't see the message. Oh, I sold. Yes, Fesh. Yo, Keiku, our connection is actually pretty good, except that one time, which was crazy. Yeah, he's EU. I have Kaz on PS5. That's EU. Right now I'm on PC, obviously, because of mods. So yeah, for me, mix-ups and combos are the same, but I think labbing is indeed needed, because labbing kind of shapes up the meta. So I'm gonna go back in time real quick, talk about some history. Back in the day, I feel like Unk right now. Back in the day, bro, we were, let me tag this out because too many shirtless going on. Back in the day, bro, combos were supposed to just be like this. Like you jump cancel up, boom. Everyone's supposed to have this basic BNB because you get SKD after that, right? But then, you know, fellas like Clayton Chapman, those type of mans, they found that with the ground bounce, you can add stuff afterwards, especially now. SSJ Goku got crazy buffs after, so we saw that he can add stuff after his EX bounce, and every patch they would actually buff it. So then more people will get sliding knockdown. Now we have Goku Black who can get sliding knockdown off this, and it starts to shape the meta, because not only does it give people more combos, not only does, you know, SSJ is broken now because of this, but this actually becomes a neutral tool, bro. The lab rats, they shaped it so that this move not only became a combo tool, but became a neutral tool plus on block. We all know how crazy SSJ is, right? So I think there is definitely a, what do you call it, an importance of labbing besides just combos. Combos, the lab masters, they do such a good job that the game sees it and they're like, yo, we need to add more of this, and it eventually outgrows combos. And that's the point of this video, talking about how to outgrow combo and develop from there. What the? Someone knocking at the door? Hold up. Alright, I think we should be good. Anyways, the EX bounce, bro, it's crazy how
ref, do something.
It's crazy how far the meta has grown just because of Combo City. But the thing is, if you just lab combos, right, and then you hop online, you're gonna get cooked. Because how will you land your combos in the first place? And that brings me to what I actually like about the game. Well, let me check this door situation real quick. Alright, it was just some ad. Bro gonna get robbed. That was crazy. Trunksu, welcome to the stream. Thank you, Yalisha. Oh, I thought it was like some Yasha play on that.
What the?
The first thing I want to talk about is that combos is a different game, like how I was saying, but the understanding of the game is completely different because it's a one-player game. Combos is a one-player thing. It's like you're just fighting yourself. It's like, oh, am I gonna drop this combo that we were talking about earlier? Am I gonna drop this combo, or am I gonna like complete it? Like, you're just fighting yourself, especially with the harder links, like, you know, Zamasu with his Mutos and stuff. If you guys don't know, maybe I can, let's see how long it takes me to just get this Muto. But you're basically fighting yourself, and this is nice because a lot of players have difficulties fighting characters fighting real life people, and that's the big point that I want to talk about, is because the casuals, as you guys saw, when 1.40 came out, we had a huge rush in of casual players, but then all of a sudden they all kind of vanished, right? They all kind of vanished, saying, you know, Sparking Zero is better, blah blah blah. It's because when they actually fight other people, they don't have a base understanding of the game, and then they start to fail because they don't have, what you call it, the interactive part. Combos has zero interaction, mix-ups have zero interactions. The things that do have interactions, the things that I really do like, that a lot of you guys have subbed to the channel, is movement, pressure, Oki. What else? Defense, and movement includes a lot of whiff punishes. Not only is it reacting to your opponents, you know, if they do a 5M, being right out of reach to land it, but also seeing how they move. Like, if they approach you, you try to maintain the distance. If they're here, maintain the distance to be in range of your pokes, and then boom. But also, if you see a man doing super dash, right? A lot of people are like, yo, I really want to land this 2M starter. Oh my god, I got hit by super dash. Super dash is broken, blah blah blah. Bro, if you just slow down and you 2H it, boom. A lot of people don't know how to move. All they know is combos, even at the high level, bro. It's like, you see all these rank players, these Grand Prix players, their neutral is just this. Beam, vanish, beam, vanish, beam, vanish. What else do? They would do like, I don't know, dive kick, vanish. Some people do key blast, vanish. Because all they want to do is get in and just, oh, I need to land my combos. Once they're on block, they're like, oh my god, what do I do? And the thing is, you can do mix-ups and you can do pressure. But the thing about pressure is the first thing people focus on is just pressure into these basic options. Pressure into whatever. And they don't understand the point of their pressure strings. Now, before I start to talk about interactions, I want to ask you guys, what are you guys' favorite things about combos? I was supposed to ask this earlier, but I forgot. That's why I love vanilla characters. Fundamentals are key. Fundamentals is something that this game doesn't emphasize enough. And especially because, you know, I'm trying to build a following on TikTok as well. And I'm seeing a lot of people on TikTok. Oh my god. The combo culture is so bad. The sauce be calling you like the green goblin mask. Oh, I am going to talk. Okay. You guys are talking about the sauce, right? One thing I want to talk about sauce-wise. You guys seen how long it took me to land base goose combo? Let's try to land Kefla's combos. A lot of these sauce players, I'm not going to call anyone out, but a lot of these sauce players, you watch them in regular games. Oh, I actually got the rejump. Let's try something else. Oh, first try getting a rejump, not proving my points. A lot of these combo players in games, ooh, there we go, we're missing it. They go for so much sauce and they drop a lot of it. They drop so many of these saucy routes and then they only upload the ones that they get. So that distorts the perception of a lot of players. Not just casuals, but also at higher level. Casuals, they will see like a TOD and then they'd be like, oh my god, this guy is so sick. I need to make all of my combos get a TOD. But when you actually watch like a 1 hour stream, or usually these guys don't really upload, they only upload their best games, but if you sat there and watched all of their replays, you would notice that they go for these sauces and they drop, I'd say 50% of them, sometimes even more, and they only be nitpicking. So that's something that I think people forget. People don't realize how often these fellas drop trying to go for these useless routes. It does, yeah, it creates that illusion that a player is flawless. Yes, I like that. And Wawa, as much as I like him, Wawa is low-key, what do you gonna call it, not a prime example. I wouldn't say victim to this path, but Wawa was kind of going down that path because when he had a YouTube channel, when he was actually, he still has it, but when he was actively posting, we all watched him, right? But all of his games were just one-sided victories. And even the comments, they would be like, oh my god, can anyone beat Wawa? And at a certain point of time, yeah, no one could beat Wawa. But then if you watch him in other tournaments in general, he would be losing. Like, it's not like he would never lose or whatever. And what that does, not only does it create that illusion that some players are perfect, but what it also adds is that this game needs to be a one-player game. Because when you see Yasha, yeah, clip farmers, when you see Wawa, Yasha always cooking everyone, it's usually like a perfect, right? It's usually a one-sided. All they do is like one combo after another combo after another combo after another combo. So when the casuals come in this game, when the Sparking Zero players are like, bro, Sparking Zero has more interaction than Dragon Ball FighterZ, Sparking Zero is better, they only see these and they think the ideal way of playing fighters is being one player game, always going for 50-50s, always locking them down on the Oki, never allowing for any interaction. And as soon as they start playing and they get washed, they're like, yo, I can't, this game is mad sweaty. But they don't understand that half the time they're making it super easy for their opponents. Washes are boring. I don't get who's into that, bro. I'm surprised also, like, closed games are really fun to watch, but I feel like washes are what you see a lot of these content creators, I guess not as much now because you don't have as many content creators, but you see a lot of these players post and stuff, always going down to the wire. And the thing is, this game is really good at that. And a point that I want to bring up is TODs. So some of you guys said TODs or optimal sauce is what some of you guys like. But the thing about TODs is a big complaint in the community, and I kind of want to address something really important about TODs. Watches are fun to watch when it's a high-level player getting outsmarted. Ooh, the mind games. That's going to bring us to the interaction, KS. I like where you're going. 1v3 comebacks is a good exception. Comebacks are fun too. So, one main thing about TODs. TODs usually come from a 2M or a heavy starter. the casuals especially, they always complain about TODs. Maybe some of you guys think TODs are broken and complain about TODs. But one big thing is that they have to land these starters. So there's two main ways TODs happen. Either like, say for example, you're pressuring them and then they get antsy and then they like guard cancel, right? Then you can block, boom, TOD, spark up whatever resources that you want. The second way that a lot of people suffer is that in neutral, they're not aware that their opponents have 7 bars. You know, like if I'm base coup, I have 7 bars. Dead ass, any hit. I was recording survival mode earlier and I got like an accidental TOD because I had 7 bars. Any hits with solo limit break base coup will lead to a TOD. And people don't realize that when they have 7 bars, you shouldn't be super dashing. You shouldn't be entering zone 1 without a proper plan. People be coming here, boom, trying to do, actually let's record the bot. People be coming here, you know, jumping in, being aggressive versus a good Zamasu. If I outspace it, boom. That's what leaves you vulnerable to 2Ms. And then they complain, but you actually gave your opponent the TOD. You know what I mean? It's not that the opponent got the TOD, you gave them the TOD. TODs are stinky because I don't realize people have 3 health bars. That as well. That's another topic that I will talk about. Let me just read these other comments. Especially if you're called Juanito, Sonico, Gamerflow. Gamerflow and Juanito, those are good examples because they do perform well. But even at the biggest stage, Yalisha, in tournaments, when they be hooping, they don't go for extra hard combos. They go for like the auto time sauce. Like they go for like this basic sauce to see if I can get it first try. Boom. Oh, almost got it. But they go for combos that they know are saucy and damaging without risking losing or dropping the combo in mad setting. But then in the casual sense, then they drop a lot. People fall into the trap and then blame the game. Exactly. And a good thing about TODs that what's it called, Ricky brought up, is that there's 3 health bars. Oh, I can use my mouse. You know what I should do? I should bring out like Paint, Microsoft Paint, and draw everything. So then you have 3 full health bars. Let's see. I am new to Ball FighterZ. If you have any ideas on what is really a good way to get better, you can start with my videos. You can start with my movement stuff, with combo stuff, neutral stuff. But look, 3 health bars. Each of these characters, ideally, this has always been the case since season 3. You always want to 2-touch a character. 2-touch means one combo deals like 40% HP damage, which is usually on a skilled starter. Let's see if I can show off like an easy 2-touch with Zamasu. And then on the second hit, that's when you can meter dump to actually get a kill. So for example, every character can do this. And if you're not able to do this, that's when you know stuff is bad. Like you need to optimize up. Let's just do an easy combo. Oh my god. First hit, bad. Whatever. Let's go 2H. Boom, 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 boom. You see, that was a terrible situation. But if I meter dump anyways, he would die. Level 1, level 1. And then another level 3. You guys get the point, right? So you always want to 2-touch. And off-scaled starters, that's what scales combos the most. So when you're playing the game, you shouldn't be leaving yourself vulnerable to 2Ms. You should be leaving yourself vulnerable to like IAD setups, to like lights, quick lights. That's why you need to be mindful of your ranges, especially like, say, a Trunks. Trunks is a good one. Vegeta's a good example too with the 3Ms. People aren't mindful of these unscaled tools. I think Trunks is 3M. Did it get the scale nerf? I don't recall actually. But even like, whatchamacallit, even SSJku with his 2Ms, you want to play in a way that forces skill starters like these, for example, like vanish combos, so you can limit 2 touches. But as the opponent, as the attacker, it doesn't matter. Let me rephrase that. It doesn't matter what type of hit you get. Let me rephrase that. People prioritize just getting a hit to get a combo, and they don't realize it matters what type of hit you get. So people will stand full screen, going back to my first example. If they get a beam, vanish, beautiful. Oh, size for sauce. And they're like, okay, I got a hit. That's 2.5k. That's nothing. You lose a bar for 2.5k. Versus if you're playing neutral, if you're moving, if you're interacting, you know, you notice their habits. You notice they like to come in, do an IAD. If you notice that, then you know you can back up, try to land a counter attack on a light starter. And just off this, not only do I gain meter, 3.2k off an easy ass combo while gaining meter without losing that 1 bar. 3M got a startup nerf. Oh, it didn't even get a scaling nerf. That's crazy. And that's one big thing that I feel like people need to realize as well, is the quality of your hit and playing your opponent. So anyways, that brings us back to our point of 2-touching a character. So as you can see, Life bar, ideally you 2-touch, 2-touch. That's 2 combos. On the next character, 4 combos. On the next character, 6 combos. A TOD would reduce the optimal 6 combos, 6 touches on a team to 5 touches. Because usually TODs take a spark. It takes 7 bars. So it uses a resource that you won't have again. You won't have a spark again. And you won't have 7 bars again. But of course, if you're very optimal and you keep putting yourself vulnerable to 2Ms, which occurs mostly during spark at a high level. If you're always sparking, if you don't trust in your defense, then you will get hit by medium starters frequently. If you are super dashing, you will get hit by 2Hs frequently. And these allow for these really big unskilled starters to let them maybe TOD all 3 characters. I think I saw a Twitter clip where someone actually did get like an optimal 4 touch or something, or optimal 5 touch. So you need to remember, the way the combos your opponent is getting is solely based on you. So that's a big interaction part people don't really keep in mind though, right? People don't really pay attention to. Cyber, you can focus on the fundamentals first. Just pick the characters that you like, and then you can start from there. Yo, Treon, welcome. Lots of characters have the same BNB. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, 6k off lights. I guess, man, that's a good point. Because of all the damage buffs. Oh, I want to bring this up. I did forget this. Because of all the buffs, one thing that I don't like about combos anymore is that every character, like Menace said, you get 6k off lights. Every character has some crazy combo now. Especially with like the tag setups. Boom. You have like, is it going to drop? It does drop. But especially off like tag setups, off DCs, buffing everything. They make combos way too easy now. Like this combo I was talking about earlier with Goku Black, auto-timed. Like they could have at least increased the difficulty of stuff. Execution is a skill that a lot of games are trying to avoid. I think we've seen this a bit in like 2xKO. Ooh, bring up 2xKO, is that bad? When they removed motion controls. They remove motion controls, reducing the execution barrier again. Because again, casuals think the game is all about combos. I love mashing, reflecting, guard cancel, vanish. But again, at a high level, if you watch tournaments, especially with good connection, you know, guard cancels. Let's see. Oh, not this one. Guard cancel, vanish. You know, I'm pressuring. Boom, spark, TOD. And then mans be like, oh, TODs. Oh, this game is so one-dimensional. Blah, blah, blah. I think they're trying to make fighting games less niche. That's what's hurting me. And all of that because people are focusing on combos, in my opinion. Isn't that crazy? Because people are so one-sided. Yo, this game is too interactive. Okay, let's add more defense. Spark, get them off me. Guard cancel, vanish, get them off me. Blah, blah, blah. Because the game is all about getting a hit for combos. 2xKO are super hard. I think 2xKO is a lot of, whatchamacallit, a lot of timing, right? But they still have... Like, 2xKO could have been harder if they added the motion controls. That's kind of my point. A timing thing is kind of funny. It reminds me of Sparking Zero, because Sparking Zero is such a timing game. Yeah, catering a game for everyone helps no one. I agree. And let's see. Let's go back to why. Oh, let's go back to the interaction version. I spoke about, is it hype to land saucy routes? Yes. Frequency of drops? Yes, yes, yes. Talking about TODs, putting yourself vulnerable. Spark as a resource. Ooh, interaction. Some things that I really enjoy. I wish we got a 1v1 mode that's similar to Sparking Zero gameplay where you can't escape combos. Spark as a burst mechanic, plus is 3 times more dense. That would be cool, Indigo. I think there are some mods for that actually. Do you know a good Janemba guy video? I do not know. I wish I had Janemba on here. I remember practicing base coup combos, loops for weeks. Hey, even base coup, bro. Base coup, am I gonna land it on my first try? Base coup's rejumps are so free. I say free as I will probably drop it. Let's see how long it takes. Oh, I got it. Oh, I didn't get it. Oh my god, like that combo used to be way harder. And then, you know, the JM1 is harder and that one is more optimal. As I get it. No, I didn't get it. But they're making stuff too easy, bro. They're making stuff too easy. So it's like you out here not only destroying the grind I love, but making it more accessible, which makes people in turn, I think it misrepresents this game. Even though this game is a combo game, and I know there's some irony behind it, the things that require more interactions are things like pressure. So for example, movement, we'll talk about movement a bit later. I think pressure is easier for people to understand. But for example, say for example, I have someone mashing, right? We spoke about frame traps. And then you have people that talk about, okay, well, what if they mash DP? Basically has a DP now. Is it frame 4? I think it's frame 4. So we'll try to put like a bigger gap just to explain my point. Basically, oh, that's the grab. Sorry, sir. Basically has his grab. Boom, boom, boom. That just goes, oh my god, that was cursed. That was cursed. It just goes through stuff. That's my point. And then you're like, oh, well, there's a DP. So now I just need to like true string mix. And you have to make sure your timing is nice, and then you go back into the combo, because this is so scary. Like, what if I do a frame trap? What if I don't get my timings right? What if I don't actually get that? Let me just dash block. Well, it's plus on block now. So how do I handle with situations like this? And I want all you guys to comment when you are pressuring someone on block, when you're trying to fight them. How do you guys pick what to do on block? Like, how do you guys pick whether I should go mix them up? Should I do like super dash plus assist? Should I do DR? What do you guys look for as like an interactive question? Because I'm curious. I'm actually curious. I have some of my points as well, but I want to hear what some of y'all say. Monarch, what's up with you? How you doing, sir? I check what they like to do. Ooh, I love that you say that. So their tendencies on block, you know. A good thing to do is add, you know, dash blocks, because it's safe, especially if you have a really safe normal. Dash blocks like, oh, they like to jump. Let me frame trap. Ooh, didn't get the timing. How to get better. Oh, see this execution. I'm trying to frame trap the jump. Finally get it. That took more tries than my base coup sauce combo. Isn't that crazy? That took more tries than what I was trying to do with base coup earlier. Just stagger, and if they respect 50-50. Ah, that answer is interesting. That answer is interesting. What other answers do you guys have? Just staggering if they respect 50-50. So you just give up. So you're telling me if they just block whole time, you're like, damn. What if I told you the more they respect, the more you can do crazy stuff. You can do, let's go to the corner so I can show some easy stuff. You can do IED to him. You can do IED delay JH. You see this? Who is blocking this, bro? JH? Boom, or JH whiff. Oh, look at stuff like this. Look at all of this sauce. Double overhead, single overhead, JH. Let's see, JH whiff into 2M low. Oh, kind of interesting. You need to force him to interact with you. Yes, running. I like that. I'm blocking all that. Stop the cap. Stop the cap. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I usually let the first game what their tendencies are. If I have a super dash or assist, I'll go for safe ender. First, just blocking, see if my opponent has mixed. If not, I can block universal stuff easily already. I love these answers because what it brings up is interaction. This is one of the major skills that the game is built around. I'm fuzzy mashing that bitch. This is true, but imagine, I guess you guys would consider this as a mix, right? Over here. And then you can throw in like DRs. Fuzzy mash is a whole different concept discussion of its own before we get to there though. But what a lot of you guys hit on is the interaction part. Combos, as I said, this has literally no interaction. Your enemy is yourself. Like, you're just fighting yourself. Pressure, why a lot of people are scared to pressure, why a lot of people, what an answer I seen earlier was, oh, if they respect all this, if they can tag, then I have to go to 50-50. So you're just giving up. I'm not saying there's no place for 50-50s, but you're just telling me that, oh damn, I can't do nothing. I have to resort to, again, what I was talking about earlier, mix up. It's like combos. There's no interaction to it. You guys could say, you know, a guessing is interaction, kind of like, oh, he guessed high, let me go for the high again, let me go for the low. Kinda, I guess, but you're still, you know, I'm gonna press super dash, I'm gonna press assist, I'm gonna pick high or low. And the reason why interaction is so important is because it opens up things like this, right? If your pressure gets really good to where you get them to feel something, because not only are they feeling a certain way when getting blocked, I think, let me see what a comment said earlier. Let's see. You know, someone said they were confident in their ability to block, so they wait until they have mix-ups. So you're waiting until they have their assist up, I'm assuming, right? So here you don't mind this, but then if they do like fake stuff like this, oh my god. Like, you know, like Goku Black, his 5S stuff can be really interesting if you don't interact. If you never interact with Goku Black's 5S, you might get cooked. Because I can do stuff like 5S, dash back. I can do stuff like 5S, low. I can do stuff like 5S, grab. So eventually you're gonna be like, okay, now I have to super dash, right? Let's actually set them to super dash. And what this does when I play Goku Black, oh my god, why did he do Dragon Rush? And what this does when I play Goku Black is that it makes them want to interact, you know? It's like, I do so much fake stuff because I want you to do this, bro. Because once you do this, boom! You feel me? And the thing about this situation is that you have to be smart. You have to actually think about how your opponents feel. You have to think about what your actions are doing to your opponents, right? If you always go for 6M before 2M, it's like, oh, this guy has no mix. If you're doing, you know, shimmies, ooh, shimmies, low, low, same side. If you go, for example, oh, I wish I had Gohan. Who, Goku Black pressure? You know, a certain someone would kind of laugh at me for using Goku Black as a pressure example, but you know, shimmies, for example, is a really good one. You can do DR crushes. Oh, this catches so many people, bro. This catches Great Saiya Dud. I faced him a few times. And you guys know how good he is. I don't know who else here that I faced that. Maybe Menace. I don't remember. You know, a lot of you guys here have fallen for this, for example. DR crushes. Sorry, Dragon Rush crushes. So there's a lot of things that... Wait, what was I talking about? There's a lot of things that can incite certain emotions in which you can capitalize off of. But in order to get to that point, you have to think about interaction. You have to understand that this game is beyond just you versus yourself. It's not a solo player game. That's the main thing I want to get across. It's not a solo player game. That's why casuals have so much problems pressuring, because they pressure thinking about themselves. It's like, oh damn, he's blocking, now I have to mix. I don't know what to do, or I can't do this. I need to get a combo. I blah blah. It's always I. It's not like, ooh, why is he blocking? Why are you blocking Goku Black? You know, what can I do here to make him not block Goku Black? If I didn't have mix-ups, let's ignore mix-ups for a second. And then yeah, mix-ups does have its place. You know, when you don't have assist, you're scared of your assist returning because Goku Black has really good mix-ups with assist. So that's one really simple reason, one really simple situation that a lot of you guys can understand is when you don't have assist. Let's see. Say I use my assist both in neutral. Now I'm pressuring. You know, yeah, you can let Goku Black pressure you, but then it's like, oh damn, SSJ crew is coming. I know he's gonna reset because I don't want to deal with like float mix 50-50s. I don't want to deal with that. So then they start to mash. That's a really simple situation of why they would start to mash, and that's when you can like frame trap, for example, capitalize. So you always have to consider your opponent, how they feel, and we can talk about that with movement as well. But let me see what you guys are saying. That title would trigger a lot of people. It had to be done. Had to be done. There's so many things to worry about. Anti-reflect, stagger, reset, gapless 50-50s. Exactly. And people just forget. They just hyper focus on getting hit with combos. Trying to impose respect before doing 5S stuff with Black. I like that. I feel like zoning characters doing combos in neutral, no interaction whatsoever. I like, okay, yo, Alicia, I like how you brought that up. Is it time to bring out the baby? Best player I face is probably King NC. So Menace, what makes King KC the best player that you faced? That's actually a good question. What makes strong opponents that you guys fight strong? Is it their combos? Is it because they have TODs? Everyone has TODs at a high level, but what makes your fellas strong? Okay, let me see. I was gonna bring up Baby because we're talking about zoning. Let's see who else. Piccolo. Oh, Piccolo. Yeah, Piccolo combos. Sorry, sir. I haven't labbed Piccolo yet. People skip neutral and pressure because they see the end result with all combos. I agree. Neutral, because KSBR outshines me that way. Neutral, the movement. Oh, we need to talk more about neutral. You are correct. Let's put... Who's another zoner that you guys want to... Who's a zoner that you guys... That gives you guys troubles, actually? And they want to lab these combos and punish specific situations that are very niche. I like that. They hyper-focus on punishes. That's true. When you hyper-focus on punishes, you lose the aspect of the other person's tendencies. Because if you're hyper-focusing on like a 5M, you lose track of everything else this game has to offer. All of a sudden, you're unable to 2H super dashes because you're focused on trying to whiff punish Vegito 5M. A lot of time Hikaru will backdash when he pressures in the corner with Vegito. He wants you to do something. I like how you notice that, Alicia. Backdash is a form of... Let's bring Vegito. Backdash is a form of pressure respect. Do I have any mods on Gohan? The baby. The baby. I do have mods on Gohan. Okay. Thank you to follow
Exalted.
Exalted.
Just followed.
We'll just pick whoever. Oh, Beers is a whole. Maybe we should have Beers up here as well. Janemba. Janemba is an interesting one. Janemba requires a lot of. Maybe we should bring Janemba in here. But we have Baby and Beers. What the baby? Baby, what? Oh, why he dark skin, bro? Hey, yo. Nice skin is crazy. Unbelievable. Alright, bro. Let's bring in Janemba. Actually, someone brought up Janemba. Janemba. Where he at? Oh, is he one of these? Oh my god, guys. I need to fix my mods. Baby can't do that. Hey, yo. Sent to the Shadow Realms is crazy. Okay, let's see. You guys haven't answered the question, though. What makes strong players that you guys fight strong? Someone said neutral. Someone said, oh, there we go. Someone said the movement. So from Kesbra, the movement. Someone was talking about this, zoning. So do you guys consider this as, whatchamacallit, pressure, full screen pressure? Something that I want to talk about, Baby. Maybe I should have Baby on player one side, but something I want to talk about. A lot of Baby players, bro. They, for some reason, they forget about super dash. They forget. They would do stuff like this, right? Come in, and then you can super dash after their turn to keep blast, for example. They forget to prioritize the fundamentals. This. A lot of Baby players are guilty of this because they get clipped by a lot of things like that. They get clipped by a lot of movement because they be throwing out key blast when they shouldn't be. What's a good example, actually? Boom, 6S, jump over it. When they're in the zone 2, they should be doing stuff like 3S, for example, instead of trying to do stuff like key blast. So even the zoning that you guys are really afraid of goes back to what Kuro said earlier about what makes strong players strong is the neutral, the movement, being able to outmaneuver through these. And that's what a lot of players hate on the game for. They hate on the game because they feel like it's such a one-player game because their movement is so bad. And I'm not talking about execution. I'm not talking about being able to moon jump. I'm not talking about being able to like dash jump. You need to get through execution first. So combos is level 1. Combos help you work on this execution. After you get through this execution, you need to understand interaction. You need to understand why Baby is throwing these key blasts. What is he trying to do? A lot of Baby players do like this pattern, for example, and they go 5A's, pull up, and then stuff like that. Let me take a quick break to read some comments, actually. Quick thinking process. Ooh, I like that. The patience and confidence. Ooh, interesting. I feel like you never punish assist. Punishing assist. Oh, I want to come back to this. Over reliant on one tool or the other. My issue with super dash against most Baby players is that it's hard coded not to super dash in neutral, but trying to find your super dash feels weird in my case. Okay, we'll talk about the super dash thing first, and then we'll talk about the assist thing after. So neutral, as we spoke about, better usage of tools. Dude, NH, how you been, man? It's been a minute. How have you been? Better usage of tools. Okay, I want to talk about this actually. The super dash, better usage of tools thing, and neutral. So a lot of people see me move, for example, and I'm trying to work on my move. I'm trying to get better at it. I'm really good at moon jumping. I can moon jump for free. I can hold S, dash jump, bait things out against like weaker players. I'd be able to pull up, bait something out. Is this a good example? Bait something out and then punish afterwards. I can move forward plus assist. These are all execution stuff, right? One thing that I'm trying to work on is understanding how to use these based on my opponents. Because obviously, if I super dash full screen away, I'm getting 2H'd. But you guys saw, at Evo, Hikari is super dashing. Hikari is interesting because Hikari dismantled the fuck out of Baby, bro. Like, oh my god, I see some players counter Baby so hard they have to switch out of Baby, and the reason why is because they understand when to do it. When Baby does JS, for example, this is a committal move. This would be when you can throw. I should have had Baby on the other side. Let me just do that real quick. OSM, and this isn't like a Baby counterplay guide or anything like that. It's just talking about understanding the interactions, I guess. Oh, why did we go into Roshi? Do you think you'd ever do a Roshi guide? I would be interested to do a Roshi guide, not gonna lie. And I have a couple Roshi players that are down to help, so I think that would help as well. And yes, I do play on pad, correct. Ooh, yo, this Roshi mod kind of sick though. What the helly? That baby mod ugly as hell, man. Anyways, for example, this tool, right? If I super dash when he's grounded, boom, I'm getting 2H'd. If I get close and I super dash here, bro, it's really hard for a baby player to punish because you can't cancel out of this super dash early. Like, that's a true punish. How it says counter. Counter means that they can't do nothing to punish. For example, that's just a really simple example. HBC, welcome. I hope editing and everything for your video has been great. That's one example of interactions. A lot of people, they move just to move. I'm low-key kind of a victim of this because moving is really fun. I really like moving. I actually prefer movement over combos because there's so much movement to do, but it's so interactive. Like, you need to understand why you're moving. Combos, you don't need to understand why you're doing a combo. You just, let me rephrase that, sorry. Combos, the end goal of a combo is to get damage and meter. And you can optimize it. You can optimize combos. Movement, not only do you have to optimize your movement, but you have to make your movement interactive to your opponent. So we spoke about the JS example. What else can we talk about? We can talk about this example, actually. Oh, it's going to be annoying to set up because he's going to tag out every time. But this, let's see if we can actually get the punish. This, to this day, I still see people doing this. And then when you see it, you go in the lab, instead of working on combos, you work on punishes that someone brought up earlier. So I know this pattern. I know that he likes to do it. So, ooh, almost got the punish. So I can jump out the first 6H. All my movement is relative. Sometimes I want to be full screen away if I know that they like to do it. Sometimes I want to be here because I know they will tag. Oh, the tag wasn't even up. Because I know they will tag and I can get a punish. So I choose not to move to target my movement to actually punish something in specific. You guys are trying to get the idea. Getting smoked by random projectile. Oh, that's a good one also. Getting smoked by random projectile. I'm victim of this. I'm victim of getting smoked by random projectile because I like to do JM. Right here, Yamcha clipped me because I'm doing JM to get my moon jumps. But that's me being stupid. Because why am I whiffing JM to moon jump full screen away if they have a key blast? If they have a life lead, right? I'm solo Gohan. Am I dumb? Oh, wait, hold up. Let me just make them key blast. Am I dumb for pressing JM when they have a life lead and their goal is to zone me? Yeah, 100%. Bro, this is the interactive part I'm talking about. I have to find other ways to set up my moon jump. I have to, hold S during block, for example, to get my super jump property. I have to dash block in to get closer. I can't rely on the same patterns that won me the first round, for example, which is, I don't know, moon jumping plus assist, fast fall, JH, for example. The state of the game has a huge impact on how you approach it. Not just for movement, but also for pressure, I'm also trying to improve at this, but for example, if I'm pressuring someone with 0 bars, baby has 0 bars. Oh my god. Gohan is very interesting as well. His pressure goes crazy, but he has 0 bars, bet, say less. I'm pressuring someone, I'm not looking at their bar. They have 3 bars, bro. And then I get mad for level 3. I get mad if they do this. I'm like, oh, you reversal, blah, blah. We all get salty, right? But, bro, why are you not paying attention to their bar? Why are you not, what's the word for it? Why are you not adapting your pressure to the situation? You see this? Boom. Okay. Why are you not implementing baits? You know what I mean? And that's something that a lot of people need to understand, is that this game is such a big 2-player game. It's such a big interactive game. It has so much discussions between you and your opponent during pressure, during Oki. We can talk about Oki too, actually. I didn't really talk about Oki. Oki is kind of similar because you have so many options. You have delay tag, you have reflect, all the defensive options. We spoke about how reflect gets smoked by just baits. Are they set to block? Oki, for example, right? Boom. Oh my god, am I trash at the game or what? Boom. There's so many different Oki subs that I can do. Delay tag, delay tag match. Do I use an assist? There's so many messages that you're talking to your opponents. If you use both assists in your combo, for example, Roshi, pretend Roshi's not back, he knows my Oki is significantly weaker because I don't have an assist to Oki with, for example. So every single action that you're taking, even in combos, even though it is a single player game, in a way, the resources that you're spending is giving out a message to your opponent. That's something that I think we need to really prioritize remembering, you know? Alright, let me see. I feel like precise knowledge on what is for what and when to use tools is what makes a better player. Ooh, I like that. I like that. Did you make the stream because you were tired of the combo drop insane. Insane. Combo drops, yeah, that's just an execution thing. I'm just asked out of the game. What can I say? Try 3S into baby 6H into that setup. 3S. This? Oh, we can try that actually. Why not? Why not let it fly? So from full screen away, I'm assuming. Okay, bet. Boom, boom. Oh, I messed up the assist timing. It's gonna be a bit annoying because I always have to, whatchamacallit, I always have to tag baby back in. 3S. Boom. Let's see what happens here. Since Menace requested it. Okay. Oh. Labbing baby live is crazy. Okay, we have to wait for this. But even that setup. Ooh, I think it does keep me down. But even that setup. Look how long this takes, bro. Look how long his 3-ish takes to come out. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And of course, you know, if we're talking about baby in specific. All DS doesn't come out, but you know, you have other options as well. You can also level 3 in the gap. Let me see. I don't think you can do the same punish, but you can do this, for example. Oh, my back. Oh, I didn't have enough bar. I was about to say my back fist came out, but not my level 3. I had a question about UI Oki. Sure, let it fly. Why not? Labbing during discussion is crazy. Hey, man. This is interactive after all. Does baby also get hit? No, baby doesn't. Oh my god, that's safe? What else can I do? Maybe EXDP? Let's try a DP. How do you do the meter? How do you do the meterless 4-way after level 3? Oh, the timing is really hard, dude. I'm not gonna lie. The timing is really hard. I'll have to lab a video for that after. I was thinking of labbing a video for that, but off the fly, I don't really have tips for you. You wait until the camera pans away, and then you press 6H, but even then, it's hard with the timing. I am planning on doing Piccolo, but I don't know about anytime soon. Let me see all my points. Yeah, the big thing that I want to talk about is locking down that single player mentality versus the interactive gaming, you know? And I don't know, he did something, I didn't do the right thing, I died, and then you complain. Whatchamacallit? What a character. The casual complaint with, you know, he super dashed. Why didn't I have 2H? Super dash is broken. You know, people use Vegito A, and for some reason don't play around super dash. Like, well, like, I don't understand. I don't understand how you guys are throwing something out and expect your opponent to not do anything. Like, if you play someone that doesn't do anything, that's crazy. Even at high level, like, I understand there's that fear factor. You need to be able to put the fear factor, like, oh, I'm gonna be able to punish your 2H. Or what? I'm gonna be able to punish your super dash. Sorry, you need to be able to put that fear factor so you can abuse it. But I don't know why you guys get surprised that they do something as a response. Like, you want that response to occur. And that's the big thing that I kind of want to get across this stream. Is just the game is more than combos, man. Combos is needed, you know, to wrap things up. Combos is needed to progress the meta. Like, I kind of spoke about SSJ Goku earlier. Things like, you know, combo tools having a purpose in pressure, having a purpose in neutral. That is something that I think labbers were responsible for. I think it is a solo game in itself that has many roads to branch off of. That is really helpful. You know, you have your optimal route, your practical route. Practical optimals, I think people should be focusing on. TODs are fun, but they mostly occur as a punish, as a response for something that you're committing, which relates back to the interaction part of, while you're playing this game, it's not a single player game, and you are constantly feeding messages to each other. You're constantly communicating. If you don't understand that communication, and if you don't understand what communication you're giving to your opponent, you will find yourself getting cooked. I think that's about everything. I guess the question I have for you guys is, What are you guys' favorite thing in the game? Is it combos? Is it neutral? Is it movement? Is it block strings, pressure? I think I really like movement and I really like pressure. I think pressure is a lot more fun to me than combos because it's the same thing of requiring execution, except combos cap at execution and pressure goes a step further with interaction. That's why I like pressure. Oh, mix. So why do you like mix, Kuro? Actually, I like that one. Why do you like mix? I'm glad they nerfed Blue Gogeta's run up 2H50. That was, yeah, mix-ups. That's what I kind of mean by mix-ups having zero interaction. You just do the mix-up, right? The issue is when the player reacts when we don't expect them to react at the time that they do. And that's the skill part. That's the skill part. You have to be thinking of this. You can't move forward. It's hard. It's easier said than done, 100%. You can't move forward. You can't call your assist. You can't do fake pressure. You can't leave a gap, especially if it's on purpose, without having a reason for the gap. You need purpose in everything you do. You can't super dash because, oh man, I'm just gonna super dash because I don't know what Yamcha's doing. You know, Yamcha's firing this key blast. I'm just gonna super dash randomly. You need to understand what the super dash does. You know, if Yamcha does this, full screen away, and I try to super dash on reaction, like, bro, he's gonna punish me. You guys need to understand, like, oh, if I'm moving forward, how does that make him feel? He's gonna feel intimidated by that. He's gonna try to do something, you know. Backdash whip punish is the most beautiful thing. Oh, backdash whip punishes. Footsies. A lot of people don't agree, but footsies is very important in this game. I think footsies, in a way, is more important than in other fighting games because of how fast it is. Because you have, you know, you can whiff on beams now. Because you have things like this, 5M. Because you have such big tools, footsies is so much harder. You know what I mean? For example, if this game's biggest tools were just this, right? If this game's biggest tools revolve around this, like most fighting games, I'm not throwing shade to other fighting games. Every fighting game is different. This is a certain type of footsies, right? But you are able to interact closer, be closer within range, and then be able to whiff punish. Versus stuff like this, you have to, whatchamacallit, you have to base your movement. It has to be a lot more tight. So a big thing that a lot of people struggle with is having, you know, tight movement to be able to punish these bigger tools. And you need, in a way, you need tighter movement. You need tighter decision making to punish bigger things in the game. You need to be better at that. People are just not good. People are not good at punishing like Yamcha 5H. You know, people are not good. What else? What else can I punish? I wish Vegito was on the other side. Let's put Baby, for example. People aren't good at punishing like these far-ranging moves, right? Sometimes they get clipped by it. They get clipped by it by backdashing. You know, you want to back. It's like, oh, Baby's so broken, bro. But you messed up your punish, for example, and it requires really precise skill in a way. I feel like people think footsies don't matter because super dash is in its way footsies as well. That's a good point. Super dash. That's why, again, super dash is really fast. The closer you are, the faster it is. That's why you need to manage your distances. You need to be very sharp in your decision making, in your reactions, in your movement. You need to be very sharp. So the faster the buttons are, you know, the deeper the range. It's like, oh, this character is so broken. This character is impossible to punish. It just requires you to be better in a way. I think that the casuals, when they think of footsies, they think of Street Fighter. Street Fighter is sick, but Street Fighter is, I don't know how to word this without sounding bad, but not slower. Can we say slower? Is that fair to say? Not slower, but it is more not meaningful. I kind of just want to say slower. I kind of do. It is slower. Are we okay with me saying slower? Is that fine? Slower in a way. Because the thing is, Vegito 5M, Street Fighter, okay, correct me, tactical. Oh, tactical is nice. Correct me if I'm wrong, but a big thing that Dragon Ball FighterZ has is buttons on whiff. Buttons on whiff. Not just that, but you know, super dash on whiff. Oh my god, can I be out of range? Super dash on whiff, you know, if you try to punish, you get hit by that. That's why, let's show an example. You know, Baby does 5H and super dash. If I'm too late for this punish, if I'm too late, oh my god, Vegito, why you so broken? Oh my god. I'm trying to show off like, oh, it's gonna be well with Gohan. This is my point. If I'm too late to 2M it, I will get super dash because he will be in the air, right? So I have to be within reach of not just my buttons. People be like, oh, that super dash that just happened, that was Chris as hell. Bro, that was me being bad at the game, right? I need to be able to be a lot faster. Like punish it right when it's about to finish. You see, like that's a good punish. Like you see the 5H right when it fades away, because that's in their recovery window. They're not able to do anything. So right in that was too slow. That was too slow. And you have to be mad sharp. I know other games have this, but the thing is, because you can do moves on whiff, even, you know, punishing beam into super dash. If let's actually show baby. If I'm too late to do this, because before you were able to jump over it and then punch, but if I'm too late, he super dashes, right? So you have to be able to like get it right away. Get it right away. Not just with super dash. Super dash is an easy one, but with your movement too. Let's see if I can get a really good one. Float, air dash. That was pretty good. But if I was better at the game, I would do fast fall, air dash. See? This is the type of sharpness that you kind of need. I think maybe we'll see more of this. Maybe we won't see people get sharper, but you know, at high level, we do see sharpness like that. I think we're seeing more matchup stuff. In my opinion, when I'm watching a lot of these games, we're seeing a lot more like, I don't know, UI Goku dodging, you know, baby. For example, a really cool thing that baby has is 6S going through assist, right? So baby, he would see like Vegito on reaction do 6S. So we're seeing a lot more matchup stuff, but even the matchup stuff requires you to be sharp. Because baby doing 6S on reaction to assist, if you time it wrong, you get hit. But if you time it well, you can pretty much get a turn. Let's see if I can time it. Boom. If I time it correctly. Ooh, you guys understand my point though. So yeah, you need to be very sharp. This game really requires you to be very, 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 very sharp. And casuals, of course, when you first learn, combos doesn't teach you sharpness. Combos doesn't teach you interactions. Combos doesn't make you understand the messages being sent to each other. That's why they get cooked when they go online. They do have some movement, but it's more precise. I need to take your turn back to when neutral. Talking about Street Fighter. Precision, yeah. Precise is a good one too. Precise, I guess fighters. That's why I was kind of talking about like speed, talking about sharp. Precision is a good one. When DBFZ, if you focus too much on taking your turn, you become off balance in the neutral game, and you will drive off to a wall. Ooh. I remember Street Fighter, like CS, and DBFZ, like COD or Battlefield. that's an interesting comparison. But yeah, I'm glad that some of you guys' favorite stuff is, you know, the spacing, the neutral, the pressure, staggers, and those things are very, very hard to understand. Very hard. That's why, bro. That's why I get so hyped when I land like a 2M frame trap. You know, when I land 2M frame trap, like I had the shorts with UI Goku, right? I was doing some UI Goku spaced out stuff. Bro did like 2L, and then I whiff punched the 2L, and I was like, oh, I was screaming. I was like, oh, beautiful pressure. I need to add that as like a redeemable clip. But bro, I get so hyped. Or like if someone does something in neutral that I whiff punish them, oh, that gets me way more hype than doing any Gohan sauce. Especially if you do the combo, because the thing is, casuals, they do the combo once in training mode and then they never land it online, right? But the more you land a combo online, the less hype it is. Like if I land this Gohan combo, boom, am I gonna get it first try? Like for me, this is free now. You know what I mean? Like I don't even get hype from this anymore. Like I expect me to always get it now, and then when I don't get it, I just get annoyed because like, bro, like let's just move on to the more interesting part. When I get a combo, when I watch tournaments, I don't even care about the combos. I be skipping through the combos. I'm like, okay, boom, I get a hit. Okay, what happens after? Let me see how he does on Oki. Let me see how he defense. We gotta talk about defense. Defense of itself, bro. Like reactions. This game has the best. Ooh, I need to. Sometimes I'll be getting too hyped, getting too ahead of myself. This game has one of the best interactive defense. Because for example, Dragon Rushes is really nice because is he on block? Dragon Rush is really nice because it actually lets you react to it. A lot of fighting games, they have unreactable grabs where you always need to fuzzy mash. We're talking about fuzzy mashes earlier. You always need to fuzzy mash like a tool. You always need to fuzzy mash like a jump or something. And yeah, you can be like, oh, well, that's when you use delayed timings. Timings is another thing. Oh my god, there's so much to talk about. See, combos, it took me 10 minutes to talk about combos. We're talking about all this other stuff, and we out here balling. Wish my defense was better. And defense, what's interesting about defense, man, is defense relies on how your opponent pressures as well. So what do I mean by this? Let's actually put the DR. Is this the DR tech? Where's the DR tech? Delay stand. There it is. Dragon Rush cancel. So if someone does 5L Dragon Rush, I think we're all at this level where we can tech this, right? If someone does shit like boom, 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 slow, dash Dragon Rush, oh my god, that's so much harder. If someone does 6M, boom, 5M, Dragon Rush from far away. Someone's talking about Vegito Vegito backdash pressure, right? He goes here, boom, backdashes away, pressure rhythm, shimmies, boom. That's so much harder to tech than 5L Dragon Rush. That one is so easy. And it kind of annoys me because, you know, when I switch from PC to PS5, PS5 to PC, the timings are different. PS5, I have to press the Dragon Rush timing a lot. I don't know if it's later, but on PC, there's a certain timing for Dragon Rush. On PS5, there's a different timing. So even with 5Ls, sometimes you see it coming and you just don't have the right timing. But these Dragon Rushes are very easy to tech versus things like, you know, remember the fake out situation I was talking about earlier when you have respect, fake out the JH, Dragon Rush? Bro, I'm getting hit by this 9 out of 10 times if I'm not fuzzy mashing. But why wouldn't I be fuzzy mashing? Let's set baby to fuzzy mash 5L, for example. With Gohan has really good answers that I know of. Wait, hold up. PS5 6M unreactable, not gonna lie. PS5 is jokes. Let's put it to 20. Do I have to manually do it? Oh, let's put myself in Spark to make it easier. Okay. Right. So if I do the fake out, I get hit. If I delay the fake out, I can target the fuzzy mash. Boom. I'm just in Spark to show you guys my point. I can time it. I can do not JH, but I can do JL. I wish you would just fuzzy mash a bit later. The JL will hit. There we go. Got the counter hit there. That one blows up the fuzzy mash. Not only does he have that, but he also has this, the key blast. So he has, let me just turn him off to show you guys different options. That way we're talking about fuzzy mashes. He has ways to force you to interact with his string. I don't know why I keep doing this. I should just be doing 5M. He has different ways to force you, you know, that whiffs, and you're correct. You can mash through this DR setup, but you can also do late jail. You can also do key blast. You can also do land low. You know, the land low has a different timing than the land DR. That's very interesting for defense. So depending on how your opponent pressures you, defense can be a lot harder or a lot easier. Against some fellas, I be blocking 6Ms for days because they make it so obvious. Some fellas, I be blocking crossover for days because they make it so obvious. But then if they are able to alter their timings, you know, if they understand that I know they like the 6M, then, you know, they can throw things like, you know, same sides. I really get hit by same sides. I don't know why. I feel like stuff like this would be really good for people to implement more of, you know. How Gohan mix is so bad. How Gohan mix got mixed. Come on, man. I should do a video about baby. I would like to do a video about baby. Are fuzzy mash and delay mash the same? Yes, Polo. Fuzzy mash by definition is a delayed mash. That's correct. But yeah, I think we can talk a lot more about defense, a lot more about neutral. But it's crazy because I don't think we can talk more about combos. I don't know. I think it is nice how it is a solo game in itself, a game in the game. But then movement, neutral, everything is a game in a game in a game. It has that extra level. I wish casuals will be able to dive deeper into the game, because once you get through those layers, once a casual learns what a frame trap is, I feel like their mind explodes. Once characters understand what wave punishes are, once casuals understand how to tech, I feel like their mind just explodes. Like, what do you mean there's an interactive defense in the game, not just 50-50s all the time like other fighting games? What do you mean I don't need to rely on fuzzy mashing? I don't know. It's very interesting. And depending on some players that you see, like, sometimes you guys see pros fighting pros and they get away with stuff that you're like, yo, I would have mashed through that, I would have blocked that. Well, he wouldn't do the same pressure on you because he knows that he can just open you up in a different way. He knows he doesn't need like these crazy layers. He doesn't need to do stuff like, I don't know, this for example against you, because he just doesn't need it. His approach to the game is tailored to his opponent, and that leads to different interactions. That's why, bro, if you watch 100 videos of one person playing the game, all of their videos will be different, or at least if they're improving. If you watch all of these evos, all of these tournaments, every tournament set is different. This game, it just never ends. The interaction is what makes this game, the replayability of this game is endless, versus something like Sparking Zero. I know it's kind of funny for you guys that we're talking about Sparking Zero, the guys who are here, because you guys obviously, you know, if you guys are watching DBFZ streams, I think you guys are already above the casual level, to be fair. But, you know, if you know, for the VOD watchers or anyone else who comes across this, I think, you know, Sparking Zero, for example, is a lot better. Sparking Zero's replayability, bro, if you watch 100 games of the same person improving, they look the same. You know what I mean? the weakness of most PSN online randos is frame traps. That's facts. That's facts. But the thing is, on PC you don't see that because PC players got hit by so many frame traps. PS5 players, bro, they just be true stringing plus assist IED. They don't know. So I'm hoping that they will dive deeper into this game to get to that knowledge, to get to that point where they start to see, you know, I think, in my opinion, the true beauty of the game, which lies in the interactability that this game provides between two players. So yeah, I think that's all I have. Do you guys have any, you know, last messages? I think this was pretty interactive. Did you guys like this format? Would you guys like to see more of this? DBFZ got no depth compared to Sparking Zero with 400 characters. Oh, brother. Do it with open voice chat next time. I think for this one, it made sense to do it with text, so I can like read and react to each of the messages. But I'm down for open voice chats. I think we can do open voice chats for like tier list stuff. I think that would be really fun. And you guys can like defend your characters. You know what I mean? That would be dope. This was great. That was awesome. Hey, appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for stopping by. We'll see if any of the homies are streaming. A bit of a shorter stream, but I wanted to get, you know, right to the point, right to the discussion. I guess this is gonna be my way of what do you call it? My way of interacting with everything that I've been seeing recently, you know? Absolutely do more of these bets, say less. Also, speaking of content, right? I'm thinking of doing more not variety, of doing the character guides will still be there, but I'm thinking of doing other topics as well. So you guys might see some very cool sauce. And of course, if you're in my discords, you know, if you have discussions, you guys want to request anything, I'm always down for that. But yeah, IRL vlogs. What the, how do we go from this to IRL vlogs? All right, let's see. We got, is that a UK player streaming? I guess we'll raid this fella. I think that's all I have for you guys today. I'm down for that tier list talk. I want to manifest no kami tier list energy. What if I manifest some next personality? Maybe I should, bro. I need to be more like no kami, bro. See, I'm too low key. I need to, fuck you, bitch. You know, I need to, I need to be more, maybe, of a personality. That'd be kind of funny. I'll go on bottom one discussion is insane. What? Oh yeah, before we leave, how was the sound, by the way? I did some new settings on OBS. I think the sound is better, more crisp, but I don't know. We'll be there. Best say less. I don't know when I'll stream next. Maybe I'll do some more open ring lobbies, variety or whatever. Sounds good. I missed the ass mic. Insane. Well, thank y'all for stopping by. Let's raid. Let's show a brother some love. Extra crispy. Hey, yo, pause. Affiliate. But yeah, man, thank y'all for stopping by. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.